Career musicians, I want to talk about unique properties like this one. Oh my gosh, this is the coolest find that my wife ever got for me from none other, you're not going to believe it, this isn't from a custom luthier instrument maker, it's from Goodwill. I can't believe it. It was an amazing anniversary Valentine's present. I'm so grateful. Just so cool. I'm like, just wow, blown away. Why am I blown away? And how is it going to pertain to you? Great question. Stay tuned to find out. Okay, so you'll notice that this is a cigar box. Really cool, right? And I believe it's from the Dominican Republic. No, this is from Mexico. Okay, so it's a cigar box from Mexico. And on the back, which is even crazy, yeah, all the information is here, but it's got the original stickers, cigar box, all that. It's locked, and it's locked shut, thank goodness. But then we have a signature. Now, this is how we're going to tie it into today's podcast. This right here, by the creator of this instrument, by them putting their signature on this, they have stamped their property, their creation. It's like a trademark. It's like a copyright. Now in music, it's an IP, intellectual property, because it's up here, right? It's intangible. We can't touch it. And when I'm pointing to my brain, for those of you listening on audio, it's an intellectual property because you can't touch it. You can hear it, you can feel it in your soul, right? But it's not a quantifiable, tangible item like this instrument is. However, the concept remains. You must copyright, trademark, and do everything you can to protect your creations. Now, if you hear snoring in the background, that is my dog, Sir Duke Ellington. Thank you very much, Sir Duke Ellington. That is a fantastic performance. And then he growled, of course. Okay, getting back to this instrument, really cool and unique, which is the case with our music. When you create something, remember this, when you write a song, compose an underscore cue to go under dialogue, or compose like an actual sequence cue, like a film score sequence piece, or when you produce a song for an artist that you're working with, you are entitled to some ownership, okay? And that ownership is what we call copyrights, publishing, songwriting, appropriations, or royalties. There's such a vast amount of terminology that people use to describe how it works, right? How you own something in music, because again, it's IP. Now, music is actually, it's a duality, right? Because we create tangible products like this cool instrument, but that's more so for instrument manufacturers, software companies, and developers and such. But then we also create the digital product, the IP, which is out in the ether. We can hear it, but we can't really see it. You can see the notes if you write it down, which brings me to another point. If you transcribe music and you write it in actual music notation, yes, just like that, music notation. For those who are listening, we just flashed across the screen a beautiful score written out in musical notation. You can also copyright that. I know, it's crazy, right? There's so many elements. Now, going beyond that, we have the publishing. So once you copyright these bodies of work and these pieces of work that you create, then we publish it. And remember, I was saying yesterday on Instagram, if you publish something, if you broadcast it, that means it's being published, right? So broadcast, what's that? It's another term that you got to learn. I know, so much terminology. But if you broadcast this, basically that means you're putting it on the radio, like terrestrial radio or internet satellite radio, or also streaming platforms. That also quantifies as being broadcast. Once it's broadcast, you better make sure it's published so you get your royalties, because every time it's being spun out there in the ether, you get a certain royalty percentage. Now, we have to talk to some experts to really figure out what those royalty percentages are. So That is not something that I do here at the Career Musician, because here at the Career Musician, we're all about getting the gig, keeping the gig, and going beyond the gigs in ways that you can create a sustainable career. However, it is paramount that you understand the basics of publishing and licensing, because you do need those royalties to help you through the tough times and to just help you get paid in general. Some people are just songwriters or just composers or just producers, and they literally live off of their royalties. I know, that's incredible, right? Now, bringing it back to this instrument in my hands, this is a unique piece of property that is created. So this is a tangible item. Our music is an intangible item. But I just wanted to pick this up and show it to you because it's so freaking cool. So let's take a little break from all the publishing hoopla and check this thing out. Let's see. I love it. It's killing. By the way, I have it tuned to a G triad. For those of you with perfect pitch, get out of here. I know it's not perfectly in tune right now because I just tuned it by ear, but it's like a G triad, GBD, and it just sounds so cool. It's like the slide caster, the slide machine. It's just really cleverly put together.